David Ferris. Wayne.
Here.
Patrick.
Here.
Jim.
Here.
Dave Mankiewicz.
Here.
All present and accounted for. Minutes from the previous meeting. Additions, corrections, anything?
Move to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, first thing on our agenda is a site plan review for 720 West Broadway, a future direct subs. Is someone here? Oh, yeah, well, there is someone here.
He's hiding over there.
Yep. It is now. Yep.
What's your name?
Mike LaSalle with MBL Engineering, representing Progressive. If you want to pull up the site plan, we can start there. That's really easier. And I will talk to this too, if it's easier, so I don't go there. Point. That's okay.
This is good. What you
Yeah.
got?
Yeah. Same thing. So.
On that side of the podium, the public crowds can't see.
Okay.
Showing under here.
He'll shirt on up there too at the same time. Then we'll have coverage.
What do you want me to go to?
That's the architectural set. So there should be a civil set as well. That's a different PDF than that one. I'm afraid if I go there, then we'll just look it up at the back. There's one more PDF there. He's got it. I see that. Let me just turn it over. Got it. Here, I'll give you one. Careful how you don't have that one. He has it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, okay. Already got it. Pretty straightforward site. Not a lot of changes going on. But yeah, it's for direct subs. We've been putting in a lot of different buildings. We just did one in Liverpool as well, kind of a repurpose. Obviously, West Broadway, right next to the car wash, it's right here. Yeah, here. Car wash right here. The existing building footprint is not changing at all. As you see it here shaded out. Existing parking lot, you can see it's way up here in the right of way. Kind of coming around, again, not changing. The only thing we're doing is removing that parking out in the right of way. Work with the DOT. We can get a use occupancy permit for that parking. It's a little dangerous when you pull into somebody's parking right away off
Right.
that. So we propose to remove that. Obviously, DOT likes that idea to do that. So come in, parking all the way around the outside, no different really than what it is today. They have some angled parking here. We got plenty of room for square parking. We show 20 parking spots, which is our number that we kind of want to hit. Your city code, I believe, only requires 8 because it's driven off of tables. You can see on that site plan, I think we have 20 seats, or off the architectural drawing. So we have 28 seats, requires 10, 1 per 3 seats. So I think we're overparked, which is good. This is about the number that we like for the directs. The inside of the building, obviously, get fully renovated, but not changing the footprint. The only thing that's changing is this back existing shed that's getting removed. Kind of the older shed that's out there, and a walk-in cooler is being put in place right here. So you see a little bit of a change in the building footprint. But that's about it there. We are at a dumpster enclosure back in this far corner. Kind of a good spot for it. In our unloading area, the trucks don't come during business hours typically. Even if they did, it'd be okay, but they actually pull up to this door. They pull past, and we show a pretty large unloading area right there, right here for the truck. Goes around, backs up to this door and loads. But again, not typical during business hours.
So that's the drive-through on the top?
Yep, the drive-through is this loop.
No, I mean,
Yep, right here, one way.
where you get your food?
So we did the same thing in Liverpool. They haven't rolled that out yet in terms of a pickup. It's not an order window. You don't. It's
Okay.
an app-only pickup. So you know how you see everybody walks in, grabs their sub, and walks out. That's all this is for.
Okay.
The Drugs actually hasn't rolled it out yet to their stores, but we did the same thing in Liverpool. We just wanted to show it to the city to say that's the potential.
that front section, bottom left, you're not gonna have parking there.
This is being removed in topsoil.
It's just, it is gonna be topsoil and grass?
Yeah,
Okay,
this whole area will just be removed.
all right.
So we spoke with the DOT and they were obviously good with that. They would allow us to do a use occupancy permit for that. But I don't think we need it, and I like the idea of getting the cars in a little bit more, for parking.
Right.
Two other things, obviously you see where this right of way is. It's right through the building. So we're obviously, we have a negative setback, on this building. Existing, obviously, non-conforming. Spoke to the DOT about that.
This isn't that
They will issue a use occupancy permit for that building. I don't know if it was built before the right of way got right, or what happened with that, but I asked them right away on Baldwin, I asked them for more information, it didn't make sense, but a use occupancy permit is pretty simple. Which is, yeah, I don't know how that happened. You look all the way down through here, and a lot of the parking lots, buildings, everything is way up in the right of way.
Oh, yeah.
Through here.
I think they just expanded the right of way.
Yeah.
Because we have the same thing on Route 48 in the middle of the city.
Okay.
Some of the buildings are the same thing, they're inside the right of way.
So that being said, I don't know how it works in the city here, obviously our setbacks, that we, building anything, but we have a non-conforming building, so I don't know if it needs a variance or if it will continue through, as existing use, not changing the use. Obviously the use has not been there in a little bit, but that's one main question. The only thing that came up finally today, is signage, so I know, we got an email back on the signage, and it's in your package. I think we meet all the requirements except for a 20 feet height, and I think you're only allowed 15 max height. The reason I didn't resend you anything yet, because I need to talk with the ownership, and our sign is gonna have to go over to here.
Okay, there's another thing on the signage. 40 square feet is the maximum of the sign,
Yep.
or 1/2 the linear foot of the part of
Yeah.
the building facing the street.
I thought, isn't it the building frontage?
Well, we always went by the building itself.
Oh, okay, I thought I read the building frontage, for like 150, 135 feet. So that was my understanding of the definition, but I'll have to look at that again. So that's, because my understanding was 40 is allowed. Yeah, 40, but only at 15 feet. I think I have it right here.
Grounded post signs, in addition to signage of the building, the total aggregate square feet face area of grounded post signs in any adjacent to a street shall not exceed 1/2 the area allowed for wall signs with a maximum of 40 square feet. And up above that, a total aggregate square feet area of all signage placed on any side roof of a building facing a street within 125 feet of the center line shall not exceed 1 square foot in area to each linear foot of frontage actually occupied by such use.
That's what I read. So actually occupied by such use, so if it's, that site is actually occupied by such use, that's how I read it.
You're
I don't know.
reading the lot size.
Yeah, because
And
if you're in the city.
we've always
yeah.
read the building size, the footprint of the building.
So if you had a 30-foot building like we do,
You could have a 30 square foot sign on the building,
15
but
square
15
foot
square foot
outside of that.
outside of it.
Which sounds low out there compared to what I've seen on other buildings, but yeah, so 15 square foot, 5 by 3. I guess it's not completely out there.
That is linear, let me see, each linear foot of frontage actually occupied by such use, not exceeding 175 square feet of sign area where the front entrance of a building is located. Now, so, see, that's what, we've always gone by the building length. Am I right, Jim, or wrong?
That's the way I figured it.
I mean, that's the way we've done it in the past.
There's some multiplier there for being more than 100 feet.
Yeah, and then it says, where the front entrance to a building is located on the side of a building, not facing a street, such a side shall be considered as a facing a street for the purpose of this section. Okay, you see, you hear that?
Can I say that one more time?
The where the front entrance to a building is located on a side of a building not facing a street, such a side shall be considered as facing the street for the purposes of this section. In other words,
The length of the.
that length is the length we could use for the front.
Right.
So your front entrance,
Right, it's on the side.
and that's a lot longer.
What choice is
That's 10, 20, about 35, 40 feet, right?
On the frontage, you're saying?
On the side where the front door's gonna
Oh,
be.
okay.
Is that right?
I'm looking at your director drawing, what was that, they have a scale on it.
If this is the scale, that's 1 inch.
That's half size that you're looking at.
Is that the scale or not?
Is that architectural or civil? If it's civil, it is a scale. It's 50%.
It says 1 inch equals 10 foot, but preliminary, not for construction.
Yep, then it's 20. 1 inch equals 20 feet on those 11 by 17s. These are full size.
1 inch to 20 feet?
Yep.
Okay, so
there's
it's
two
20,
halves.
40, 50 foot long. Going that way, right? And it's 20, 30, 30, and,
Yeah.
no, that's 30, but
Yep.
50 that way, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
All right, so that's 50 square feet, so then you could go 25 square feet with the sign.
With your pylon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's be a little light on that. They have a standard sign, and I'm worried now that DOT's making me move it, because they will not accept the sign in the right of way. Which I thought was weird, because their sign's in the right of way, their sign's in the right of way, but DOT wants me to put my sign here. That's what I wanted, that's why I didn't give you when we were planning it.
Okay.
I talked to them about potential building sign instead. So just-
But the ones, Jesus, Bird Dairy, we just had them, they put it in, I think is that in the right of way? It's gotta be close, and I know the mall, the whole thing is in the right of
I
way.
know, that's what I looked at. I sent him an email
That
back
was
saying.
put in years ago before
Yeah.
the mall.
So they actually told you, you can't put it in the right of way.
And his exact words were, it's a non-starter. And I know Rick Stevens pretty well, and he said that to me today. I responded back to say, well, we have this and that, and we have an existing sign, what if we use the existing sign, and all that stuff, so I don't think I've heard back from him, but.
Huh. I mean, they allow everything out, I mean, my God.
Right. it's
I'm
not
I'm
their
trying to think,
fault,
who
they
was it,
made
the
us
car wash? They had to do something, says, yeah, go ahead and do it, then we just send us a bill for $750 a year to
Right,
renew
that's
it.
exactly,
Yeah.
So how is this a non-starter for us? So it's good to hear that from you guys, that's why I'm kind of holding the sign back for now.
Yeah.
And moving the
I mean, it looked nice in that grassy area.
It's a perfect spot. Yeah, you can see where the old sign is. We moved it back further from the old sign and between the two utilities that are out here.
Yeah.
Uh,
We lean towards, just so you know, we've been trying to push for monument type signs.
I know, I mentioned that, so I'll talk to Rex about that too. If it's
Because-
something that we can get there
Like-
and keep the DOT happy.
We had Quick Fill do it, and it's really nice. Bird Dairy did it and lowered it. Then we just had Amera CU,
Yeah.
they lowered their ATM and all their signage to get
Yeah, I
it
saw
down.
that. So American is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the one thing I noticed, their sign was pulled back.
Yeah, well, they made a turnaround, or a drive-in for
Right,
that
just in case somebody turned, yeah.
ATM there. But that's still, Jesus, that's gotta be close to being on the right
Where's
way.
We're gonna take that, that's why I wanted to just kind of go back to sign.
Lakeside Mall, right
To
there.
get that so they can
Where's the line? Is that the right of way?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
So,
But, yeah, talk to them about a monument type sign too for
Yep.
us. Because that's really what we've been trying to, get everything lowered so they just look more aesthetic for the city.
so we'll work on the signage, but I don't know if you guys have any questions in regards to the overall layout, parking, if the setback needs to go any different, or if it's not conforming. I think everything else is really there for you guys.
You'll have arrows, yeah, you're showing arrows, okay. You'll have the proper handicap spots,
Yep. You might need one here.
one for every 25 spots.
Yep.
now the exterior, you're re-siding that or refinishing it in some
Yep.
manner? You're not changing any of the windows or doors or?
None of the windows or doors are all re-sided. Other than the rear, we're putting a lot more.
This is showing like a stone on the first 3 or 4
Yeah,
foot.
they do that at another store. Yeah, they do the wainscoting type stone.
Okay.
Yeah, they go through it a lot.
of those. The answer to question 12B, it says the project site or any portion of it located in or adjacent to an area designated as sensitive for archaeological sites in New York, and you answered yes.
Yep.
Can you just give me a little bit of what was the sensitivity? Is it?
That is an autofill DAF, and it's because it's within a purple zone, which, like a sensitive area, so you have to check yes for those.
Okay.
Then it's really the lead agency, which I would assume would be you guys to say, okay, are they doing anything next to a building that's listed? And there actually isn't any building listed adjacent to it. As soon as you're in that archaeological sensitive zone, which a lot of your area is right there, you know, that box is checked yes.
Yeah, it's all Indian country.
Right, it's
Years
Native
ago,
American.
that's why.
So-
Okay, but there's nothing,
There's no ground.
you're not going to
disturbance.
disturb the ground if
Right,
you're
we're
doing
putting a
it.
sign in, and that's about it right now.
And then on question 13A, it says, does any portion of the site of the proposed actions or land adjoining the proposed action contain wetlands or other water bodies regulated by federal, state, and local agency? You also answered that one yes. Could you
Yeah,
explain that?
it automatic fill up because adjacent properties, count properties that are across the road or anything touching you, and you have a water body on the other side of the road. So that's what triggers that, but nothing on our side, obviously, it's,
How about there's a creek behind you that comes,
yep, that's listed too.
it
Exactly,
feeds
it's a
into the
blue
lake.
light. Yeah.
Does that trigger any, is that creek close enough that it's going to trigger additional review by DEC under the new regulations?
Well, that new regulation is kind of unknown. I had a conversation with them today, the biologist, because the new regulation obviously got overturned in the Supreme Court 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So they're not doing JDs right now, so the purple is null and void at the moment. It's gonna come back. But anything like this, most towns or cities do it. If we're not going and disturbing any further in our pavement areas, then DEC consultation is not required. Now, if we were adding on that, 100%, we would send that to do a JD, but you can't even submit them right now because they don't know how to answer them. They're on hold. They don't have an
Okay.
agency-wide moratorium on sending letters out because of that order.
Thank you.
But existing wetlands still exist, so pre-2025 wetlands on the map, we gotta go by. But not the new purple ones.
What's the color scheme on the exterior of the building?
I think it's all pretty natural, really, I'll confirm with the architect, so I'll get the color palettes from them. Like we used to do. They do like a cream color siding and then just a natural stone, it's typical. So if you, yeah, like a cream smart side, if you look at a lot of the trucks, that's what they are. We just did their corporate store water cover, that's what it was, so we can confirm that. I'll make note of that. Actually, I wish I printed this picture, but you're not going to see it, but I'll do it quick. It's very hard to see. Very light, natural, pretty gray, with kind of a sandstone color. That's their water comes where
What's their time frame?
they would get people in their contact, because they're a general contractor who does all their stores.
Why don't you show that?
Yep,
to the-
would be,
there too, so they can
it's
see.
just a very simple, really light color with a sandstone style.
That shows a sign on the building. You don't have that on it.
Yeah, we don't have that plan here, because we don't really have enough building height.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna, that's the thing I mentioned, though, I need to go back to the owner and the franchise. So this is not a corporate store, but the guy that's building it is very tight to corporate, Jake Renzi, so they do them all together. So, but I wanna talk to them about the signage, and how they're very particular about the monument sign. And getting it out there, they're not gonna be happy if they have to pull it back, so I wanna see what they have to say about that.
The other thing is, if 15-foot height is the max on a post, anything over 12 foot's gotta have architectural drawings,
Structural.
stamp that shows it's not gonna blow over.
Yep, we'll have a structural engineer design that, yep.
So you wanted to ask you about the timeline?
Yeah, I'm anticipating an approval, usually within that month, they'll be out there working on the store.
So they just had to go to, if we get through it, we approve it, then they do everything downstairs at our codes office.
Yep, I sent that all, the email
Permits.
I got, I sent it all to the contractor, which is nice here, so it's Contact Building Systems build all their
up now that, I did talk to Luke at county to make sure if we had to have a 239, we do not, because it's existing building. Only if it's going from retail to residential or residential to retail would we need to do a 239. Now, as far as a seeker, it does not need a seeker. It's a type 2 because of 617.5C1, maintenance or repair involving no substantial changes to existing structure. 2, replacement, rehab, or reconstruction of a structure or facility in kind, same site. And 3, retrofit of an existing structure or its pertinent areas to incorporate green infrastructure. These are reasons we do not need to do a seeker. But I need to state this so that it's in our minutes to show that we did our due diligence on it, but it will be a type 2. I mean, it's nice that you did the seeker. It looks good.
Well,
You
yeah,
don't need
it's
it.
always do that.
Anybody else have any questions on this? I'd like to, we can't count the signage, that's totally separate.
Totally separate.
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this project.
I'll make a motion.
Wayne, okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, carried. All right, the site plan has been approved. I will email the actual decision to you and to the codes downstairs. And there's no caveats on the decision. We're good with what he's doing, correct? Okay, so we're good. Just when you're ready with the signage,
Yeah,
it'll have to come
that-
back to us.
If, let's say we get the signage in there, they wanna increase the size, we'll go down to 15, I think I can get them down to that. But they want, do I go right to the ZBA to try to work with that, or do I have to go to you first and kick me to ZBA?
You gotta pay them for a permit for it, application permit, and then it comes to us.
Okay, got it.
It's the same type of thing here. Then we approve the signage.
Yeah, and then, but then, if it needs a variance though, it would go to ZBA, or is it all?
Oh, why would it need a variance?
If we wanted to keep our square footage, I think 15 feet I can get them sold on, but in terms of the square footage, they're standard 40 square feet versus what we would be allowed at
25.
Yeah, so I wanted to see if that's something that would be entertaining.
I don't know. That would not go to us. That would go to, that would have to be us to say no.
Yep.
And
So
then
go
you
to
appeal it
just
to
say no.
zoning board for area variance, I guess you call it, on signage.
Yeah, and that, it like, I'll talk to them, see if they wanna go that path, it might be worth going that path, but I wanna, now that I get that sign, I wanna get some renderings to see if they wanna do some building signage instead, and not do a pile at all, is where my mind's at, because the building's gonna be in front of the sign, so it's gonna kinda not make a lot of sense.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I'm gonna work with the DOT, and if I get the DOT to approve it out there, then we'll continue to keep it where we show it, and then,
I mean, you could tell them what, we would like to see it in the grassy area.
yeah, the grass.
Like everybody
area.
else's is.
Yeah, so,
Would be nice.
alright, I think we can do that, so that'll.
Okay,
stay in touch with
so
that.
we're good for this one.
Good for this one.
You wanna talk to us a little bit about Biggie Tire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, you guys. I really appreciate these entertaining discussions tonight. These are full size, for the record, but I also have all the half size, which is a little easier. And this is the first time we're doing this, so. Think your plan for it will work for us. Yeah, they're really,
One set?
there's 3 sets in there. Yeah. They are really expanding hard up here.
How many copies
The
of
only
that big
store
one?
you have now?
How many
What's that?
copies of this
Big
one?
entertainment, the only shop you have right now?
No, I think they
New
have
York?
20 in PA.
Do you want the big ones, or do you wanna just go with the small ones? You want these in front?
Yeah. You said 20 of them in where, Pennsylvania?
And they're all in PA, yeah. A lot of new ones, the new one in Binghamton, we're doing a new one in Central Square that's approved right now.
Are these the people that had the directs already enrolled? Or different people?
Yeah, different people. It's Spencer. This one, he's got Liverpool, Central Square.
the side of your parking lot to the lot line?
This side of the parking lot, the lot line.
You know?
I would say we are.
Looks like 10 foot.
It's about 10 feet, yeah. It must have about older than that. I've got more.
All right, that's, you checked all your setbacks, right, with our new setbacks, 12 and 35.
Well, that's what I want to talk about tonight. I think that's why this is more of a preliminary discussion for tonight. There's a residential house right here that I worry about. It looks like, I don't know if it's abandoned or not, backyard, there's not much going on. So, we are, yeah, you're 12 feet side yard, we're at 12 feet.
What's yeah, that lots to that side are C2.
This is C2, I don't know if this is a C2 lot or not.
I know the one,
Truck roads, beauty parlor.
that beauty parlor is a C2 for
Yeah.
sure.
I agree with that. I was worried about this. I didn't drive on this side and look at it, but this is what I want to talk about tonight, to make sure we're all on the same page there.
Because there's a little road there called Primrose that goes back, and there's a house back there.
What's the address of this big?
610 South Fourth. You see those trees in the back there?
Where the heck is the house you're talking about?
It's off of the next road.
Yeah, it's called Primrose, it's to the north,
It's on West First, or South.
and it goes back.
So you go to the right now and go down that road,
Yeah.
the next road left.
And then, yeah. There's
Down here?
Primrose.
Yep.
Yeah, you go back there, there's a house
There's
there.
the house right to the left right now, that one.
Yep, Primrose.
Yes.
I didn't never heard of that street before.
Yeah, so we're good.
Mark Warner used to live down there in Carolyn.
Now, that's right against the C2 there.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know Mark Warner? Did you know either of you guys know Mark Warner? Cause he was the only one that lived down there. When I was alderman, go campaigning down there, I had the song going through my head all the time.
Yeah, they're down there.
Where the heck?
Because they're south.
Use my magnifier?
So they're in here. I think the green is the church. I think this is their site.
The
here.
green is R3, yeah, that's the church. Then the site is C2, and that one is C2, and these back here are like a, what?
R1.
R1A. Yeah, that's R1A,
That just kicks out, right?
that one spot, pardon. So that would have to be
Right, so I don't know how that works, that's what I was.
35 feet.
Right, so we got our 40 in the back property, so we did that, but, so you're saying past this property line, this is supposed to be 35?
No, to that side is 12 is the commercial. It's not facing that side, isn't it facing behind it?
It's facing that way. Oh, what do you, yeah, this is facing, this house is facing that way,
But that house has to be 35 feet.
but this is their back property line, what I worry about, it's a rear,
That's their property line too?
yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's what I don't know, that's what wasn't super clear, it's like, okay, well, this is definitely 12, this we can meet, we're at, rear yard, which has to be 35, if it's
Against residential.
residential, which we kept it at 39. I
Yeah.
slid this building forward to the front, but I didn't know how it shifted right here, if this is a problem, which I anticipated it might be, but I didn't know how it worked with
back of your lot.
Well, same line.
You're gonna have to, I would say, get an area variance for that little bit.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't know how else to go around that.
Because we have to stay with, if it's against an R, it's gotta be 35 feet.
For the
How
side,
many- how
even
many-
if this is their rear, it still would be our side.
How many parking spaces does he need though? Because I was reading the regulation, and it says for retail, that was the calculation you did, 3 for every 1,000 square feet. And that's how you got the 22, 23, right? But I noticed that auto sales is only 1 for every 500 square feet. Now, this is not an auto sales operation, but I was looking at the kind of comparable things. And a car wash only requires 4 per stacking bay.
Right.
That's not gonna work. Well, I just wonder, you've got 6 employees, you said?
Yep,
And 30 cars in over the entirety of the day?
that's their peak. So there's obviously a lot of rotation going in. Some people sit with their car and wait, so it's inside, so if you count the 10 bays, plus we have 26.
What's,
I guess where I was headed, do you really need all the parking spaces you're showing there? And you could shift the building forward.
Yeah, I'll check with them, but yeah, they two things they really want is 40 feet right here
Okay?
to get everything in and out without worrying about it.
is it just changing tires and oil and?
Oil change, oil, the battery is just your minor maintenance, yeah.
Okay.
Brakes, yeah. And these guys, just to go a little further, so they store everything inside, nothing gets stored outside at all. They have a trailer that comes, or a truck that comes pick up their used tires, and they use oil stations, small tanks, regulated by DEC. Well, they're not regulated, they're under the threshold, not be regulated all the time. So, the fact that they have, I don't even know, it's over 30 stores, I believe, in total. and they
I'm
have
just looking at, there's 1, 2, looks like 2, 4, 5, 6 spaces that are in front of the building, that if you pull the building, yeah,
that would
they'd
have
be
to
down to 16 spaces, let's say.
Check with the owners. see
6
if that's- I
employees,
don't
that
think
would
it
be
is, but-
10 spaces, there's turnover spaces, and they're only servicing at max 30 cars in a day. That's why I'm just wonder if we're forcing them to put more asphalt down than they need, and that solves the problem by just moving the building a little bit forward.
Well, they can't move it forward.
Well, you know what I mean.
Move it
So it's-
sideways.
Yeah, sideways.
We have to
Would
move
it, would it,
it 20.
oh,
Close to the church.
moving it closer to the other, that's
Move it-
another 20 feet.
Yeah.
Unless you made it an L-shaped building
I was gonna say, you could stagger the building, but
Yeah.
that might drive up your,
cost.
cost to build it.
I will talk with them, and they're probably gonna want me to go through the variance process, see what happens. They're under contract for the lot. So, they've looked at a ton of lots, we've looked at a ton of lots. This is the only one so far that seems to work for them in the right area. But that came up last minute for us with that 35 requirement, so we'll,
I was just gonna say that,
If there's nobody back.
buy the house if
Buy
nobody
the house.
says.
Right.
Get rid of it.
well, I was gonna say opposite. I was gonna say, well, we can find the owner of the house and they don't care. So that's step one.
But the only way to do it, to leave it as it is to get an area variance for that small amount.
Yeah, well, it's
20-some feet.
12 to 35.
But it's 12 is good until you get to that one spot.
Yeah, 12 is good except for this last thing.
Right.
Right.
Yep, and that's where you need the variance.
That's another thing with Big E, be like, well, you go ahead, you feel comfortable with the site, because if you stop the building right here, I wonder if that would qualify. You know what I mean? If I stopped that building that day and lost 2 bays, I'm curious to see what they would say.
But that would cut into the revenue.
Right, they might say, no way, right, that's what, because they can't roll over enough cars a day. So, I can't slide any more forward.
But you can go to,
But, right.
go to that
City doesn't own it, do they? I never heard of that street. I can't believe it. Crib rooms?
I've seen it, just never been down it.
We'll investigate them, we'll find out, hey, what is the house, who's there, and for the ZBA, you have to be public comment and see.
Yeah.
There's a Christopher Baker and a Brianne Baker, according to the county
Oh, that's who
website,
owns it?
that are the owners.
Yeah, it might be worth that.
And it says prior owner, Brianne Hardman.
How long ago?
2020?
Yes, they just bought it. Might be a rental house.
Have the same first name, Brianne Baker and Brianne Hardman. I wonder if she got married and they
Yeah.
both lived there.
What about, though, even if we bought the house, it doesn't fix our problems.
No, but
We have to combine
you
it.
still have to get an area variance. But if you're the owner, you can say, I don't care.
Right. I can get them to say
How big a deal is an area variance?
It's not a big deal.
No, it's not.
You just fill out the form for it. All zoning meetings are public hearings. So it has to be advertised, to so many feet of the places around the building so that they go. And then you go and you state your case and people come in support or people come against it, then they vote.
Right.
Let's have both sides of the table. You say, this is what you wanna do, here's the people that would affect. Sit down and say, no, we're good.
But yeah, it's not hard to do, it's just, it's a step that,
Couple months of time to go through it.
yeah, they meet once a month.
Right. So that's where I think, where I'd like to leave this meeting is, if you don't have any other questions, definitely let me know, we'll hopefully answer them. And then, go ahead.
I've got a few.
This one's, I've got,
Okay. you go
I
first.
think real quick, well, mine is one of them. So on your, the form that you sent for this project, the, question number 20, has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the subject of remediation,
Yep.
ongoing or completed for hazardous waste? You checked off yes, but there was no explanation, so I think Dave and I both noticed that.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell us right now, but when you
No, I
come
do
back.
have that, it's on a spreadsheet. My environmental engineer usually puts a spreadsheet together that finds, there was a spill that happened somewhere adjacent or on that property. That's why that box was checked, and it's a little better to use. So I will make sure you guys have that.
Yeah, 'cause this one will need a 239 and a secret.
Yeah.
So if the spill, you don't know if the spill has been remediated and closed and it's, or is,
I don't know that, no. We will know that. We do know that, but we don't know that. I don't know that right now.
Yeah.
It's
Wonder
all
what the heck was ever there?
complicated. It might not be on our property. It could be across the street. Could be
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Could be a car accident happened and they had an oil spill. Like, it's that simple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's an existing sidewalk there.
Yeah.
And you have a curb cut going across, so it's a little wider than the curb cut that's there now.
It is,
in the
it'll
lot.
be a little wider, yes.
Are you gonna keep the sidewalk?
Yeah, we'll have to run the sidewalk through, yep.
Good.
So this will be, what'll happen is when we get the DOT permit, so there's a large DOT plan that we have, and this will all be concrete from, actually, we'll probably come back in here, but at least from the sidewalk out to the pavement will all be concrete. So it's all part of that, our entrance. It'll include the sidewalk.
Excellent.
You can see the right of way is really tight, so we have to always pave or concrete to the right of way to a certain thickness. Ours is gonna be easier, we'll concrete right to the right of way. It's all in the floor.
Because there's the existing sidewalk showing on both sides.
Yeah, it's a little
Where
bumpy,
you want
the
it.
sidewalk's a lot higher than the curb cut right now, so.
And let them
Where
know
do you want
about
us to
our
put the
signage
sidewalk?
stuff too.
Yep, so, I show their standard sign, and again, I just threw it in there, make sure you guys have any on tonight, but we'll talk through that too, so they have the significant signs that we're gonna have to talk through. Cause our side entrance is on the right side, so I think we can max it out, cause that building's so long. But we're at 3.5 by 12.
Look at the ones on that street that is Pathfinder Bank, Domino's, Empower, the Urgent Care, they're all new signage. The one, Oswego Hospital, the monument signs, right, all that one area, which is what we're trying to get everybody to do.
I'll talk to you about that. I think it would work there, the building's gonna be the billboard. So,
I have a storage question. You said that you might remove 239 bays because of your plan. So if you have 15 cars a day, you have 60 tires, is that gonna max you for storage inside?
So most of them aren't always tires, so that's one thing.
I know, I figured that, that's why I put it.
No, I have had, and the owners will be at the next meeting, I'm sure, too, so you guys can ask some of these questions. Because they're very obviously dialed in for their business plan. But no, I don't believe that they've ever had, there will never be a tire outside. They said that in the last few meetings, there'll never be a tire store outside. I will be transparent, they have had, like, they have a box truck, a big tire box truck, that they might park in one of the parking spots to take the tires to put into them. That could happen. So like a truck, like it could be a delivery truck for them. So
Always
they
a
have-
clean site then.
What's that?
It's always a clean site.
Very clean site in terms of nothing outside. But what I'm saying is they could have like a 30-foot box truck that could be parked in one of the back parking spots.
Right.
That could be rotating between stores. And it could come in there and sit for a day or two, all the tires are going into it, and then it might go back to PA and do their rotation of their.
Okay.
So then storage isn't always inside. is what
No,
you just said.
I will confirm that with them. The last one, we made a spot for a box truck that they want to always have rotating to take the tires when they get overflow, they go in there, then the truck leaves. And I'm sure it's probably not the same day if they have a rotating box truck. It might be like, okay, tires are getting full in here, bring the box truck in. Over the next 3 or 4 days, the tires are being moved as they're tiring, and then the next thing you know, that gets switched out, and another box truck might sit there, and then, 2 weeks later, when they start to get overfull again, then that's what we can talk about.
That seems a little more efficient, but
Yeah.
like I said, you said it inside. So actually, there's other options there that you might want to put in the plan. Thank you for letting me ask the question.
Who are you, by the way?
Huh?
What's your name?
Dawn Bristol.
I'm just one.
I just have a question. I just came to ask a question in a meeting, so I already got a couple of my questions answered, but I'd love to listen to
Yeah, because we usually don't, these are meetings, not hearings, so we usually don't have anybody talk except the person that's talking to
Oh,
us.
okay.
But this is an informal, this is not a site plan review,
Okay.
so it's okay.
Well, it's a good question.
I have a question that I can't find, so when I made a note to myself, it said under zoning and environmental review, you answered no to the site being adjacent to anything that was either the lot was zoned for residential use or a house of worship. You got a church right next to you. I can't find where I'm looking at it. I know I read that, but I can't find it right now.
Oh, and the seeker?
I think it was in the seeker, yes.
I've never seen that kind of
But there's a piece in there about, here it is, on this page where it says zoning and environmental review that you gave us.
Oh, that's your form. I never seen that in the, okay.
It says in the project, is the project located within 750 feet of any lot zoned for residential use, any public park, childcare, playground, school, or house of worship? The answer you gave us was no. And I don't know that it has any practical impact other than what we've already talked about.
Right, what is that form? I've never seen that.
It came with.
Well, we were given that, we were given that form, which is, it's called the project pre-application form. The code
Yeah,
sent it
that's
to us.
right, that's the project pre-application.
Code sent that to us
Okay.
for some reason.
So-
So we included it, we didn't know if you guys want to see it. It's not one of your applications. But let me see, I remember reading that, I think I changed it, so I might have it.
Yeah, just, that should be a yes. I don't think it has a practical impact. That it's,
No, it doesn't,
yeah, but it's, at least
as
there's.
long as the setback is correct.
And then you answered the question, I think it's probably the same answer you gave us before on archaeological sites. You said it was yes, and it's the same answer, it's just probably everything in Fulton is considered.
You're right.
Yeah.
Those are the automatic.
It's not a
Obviously,
Lake
you look at
Sturgeon or.
You might just want to add a sentence or two, an explanation of what it is.
that. Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
Our next meeting is not gonna be until June 8th. Because they're closed the 25th of May.
June 8th.
So if you have things that you wanna go on that,
Yeah, so when does your ZBA typically, is it by needed or as needed?
when did the ZBA meet?
First, second Thursday of the month.
Second Thursday?
But I mean, it's a public hearing, they can schedule it as long as they advertise.
So they have a meeting this Thursday, and the next one will be after yours.
So you might be able to schedule it for, no, you can't, because they've got to mail out notices.
Yeah, I don't know if they do the public hearing the same night, or if they, which would be good.
Yeah, they do it the same night.
Okay, so we'll wait till the following month.
Yeah.
We'll get things organized for that, make sure they're happy to get the signage nailed down.
That's what I'm told.
Because I want to talk more about the signage while we have a minute, because that might really be, do you guys allow, for, electronic signs?
As long as it's not flashing, right?
Real flash,
Disrupt the,
So what they do, when you
pedestrian.
look on their website, you can see some of their stores with those. That's what we showed in here, just to kind of give you guys, the sign I'm showing is not, I'm not gonna lie, it's one we just did for Central Square. So we do, so I think our sign right now, other than the, actually, yeah, we're only about a foot off, so I think that's doable. But our sign right now, we need it with this big E-tire sign, but they do a 48-inch by 100-inch electronic messaging sign underneath these when we can. So, and it's here that kind of says the deal of the week, or oil change for this, and it goes underneath the big E sign. So I will get a better rendering of that, and,
no.
okay.
We only allow the ones, you can't have two.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I want to ask it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Is there anything that you guys need to do so we can, if we go and fill out a ZBA application, do they need anything from you guys to be able to put a number?
If, once you get approved for your, whatever you're gonna do, either get approved for your variance or move your building, however you wanna do it, then you come back to us and we go over roughly the same thing, only we do the seeker.
Yep,
Then we have to send it
yep.
for a 239 before there's a decision.
Does the 239 have to go out for the ZBA? So I've had it sometimes where you guys send the 239 out right now, because it's the same for both, but,
Well, it could be, but I'll talk to Marissa, she can do it.
Okay.
It's zoning.
that's zoning, so that makes sense. We'll have them send it, so you guys aren't waiting for it when we come back.
Right, and then we'll do a separate one, because they're doing it for the variance.
Got it.
We're doing it for the actual project.
And you guys can't send the 239 out yet?
No, not until, no,
That would be more about.
because I gotta send them this stuff and the seeker, and then we gotta do the seeker. I don't think we're ready for that yet.
It's fine, yeah. Well, I wish the ZBA was something we can get on before your next meeting, but that's okay. You guys meet twice a month typically?
Yeah, we always do, yeah.
Okay, so well, not your June 8th meeting, but we could get on your
The 22nd,
22nd meeting.
the 14, the 8th is 22.
Yep. So we'll focus towards that meeting. with this.
That's fine, you know,
We'll let you guys know.
we're always here.
Zoning can do a special meeting too if they want to, as long as they get enough time to advertise.
Yeah, we'll get application in and we'll talk to the owners and make sure we're good, and then we'll see when they want to schedule it.
Also, zoning can change their meeting.
Zoning can advertise for a special meeting.
Oh, okay.
If they have to have a public hearing.
Yeah, all their meetings have to be public hearings, so.
Right, so they can, right, which works. So if they get everything and they say, well, we don't have anything that month anyways, move it up a week, they could, as long as they advertise.
We gotta be public hearings, we speak.
Right. Yeah, so people could actually talk.
So the director, are they going to that little chicken shop or chicken?
Yeah.
whatever? That's right.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
All right, that was good. If no other questions on that, and then we'll hopefully see you in the middle of June with a variance.
Okay,
If
so,
not, with a smaller building. Or ask for to move your zoning map to include where the house is.
yeah,
So we have city council, right, to change that too. So that's an avenue too. If we bought the house, I'm saying.
so all we need left for Drex, I mean, we're done the decision, then when you're ready for the sign application.
Yep, and so. You guys want any more hard copies of the draft for your file? There's one more full size if you need. I'm not gonna
Yeah, we'll take it. I'll give it to Matt. Thank you. Big E tire. Wow. Let them know too that we really like them low, especially on that road.
Yeah, that'll look good right there, because
So
they're
we-
building such a prominent building right there, I'm hoping that you can.
I mean, they could put something on the building, but as far as,
Right, that building is a signage from one direction, and then the other direction,
yeah.
it's not really a drive-by, well, I shouldn't say that, I don't know their market, because somebody with an oil light on, and say, oh, this is gonna be easier to pull in here real quick, and that's a lot of the customers, I'm sure.
Okay.
So, all right, well, I appreciate it. That's-
Okay, thank
that's
you.
great. Thank you. Thank you.
His dad was my best friend growing up. His dad.
Okay, the next thing, 397 West First Street, south. The colors will be like an earth tone color, gray or tan, you know, on that ephes, and then the white windows to set it off. A lot like the guys did for us on 2123 First Street, you know, two-tone, so it stands out. There's the upstairs, which we wanted to make sure we knew. It's only gonna be 2 apartments. Downstairs is commercial. We have no idea what, really. That's what we're doing for site plan is we're approving the parking where it's gonna be, the 2 tenant spots, parking in the front for the commercial store part. And our biggest thing was we wanted to make sure it was gonna be just 2 family, 2 apartments, which it is. So, we don't have to do anything else with this, just approve the decision. But, it was brought up, and the mayor was right, this, our C2A has its list of things that could be in C2A, this is C2A. If it's fronting the Oswego River, it needs a special use permit from the council. So that is something that would have to come later, when they actually decide what the heck is going in the downstairs. Then they get the special use permit from the council, because that's in the C2A. I'm not sure why it wasn't just for new construction. I mean, they told us we'd lose in court for something like that, because the existing buildings are there. But, right, Mike, in that code?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but that doesn't affect what we're doing. We're approving the commercial space downstairs, and we're approving the 2 apartments upstairs, and where the parking is. And that's the actual site plan, that's all we're approving for our decision. When it comes time for him to decide fitness center or whatever the heck he's gonna have down there, he will need to get a special use permit from the common council. And to get that, the council will have to have a public hearing. But that doesn't affect us as far as approving a site plan. What we're approving is the commercial space down and 2 apartments up. Questions anyone has?
I'm still uncomfortable with the fact, he was very clear what it's gonna be, and it was not a commercial space, it was a.
Well, it's C2A, it has to be commercial downstairs. That's the code.
Right, but that's not what it's gonna be.
Well, whatever that is, that's between whatever he's gonna do later, that's gotta go to the council.
I understand that,
That's why it's a special use permit.
but I don't,
I mean, if it says retail, he's still gotta go to the council. I mean, that whole list, whatever's on it, if it's fronting the Oswego River, and that was done, I remember when it was done, it was done before the DRI, but it was done because when Ron Woodward, he didn't want some of these places along the river fixed up or tore down and become a bunch of apartments, like slum apartments. And that's why he wanted to, we said the best way back then was to give the council the teeth to have a special use permit for anything that's fronting the Oswego River. that's how it came about. It was 10 or 12 years ago, I think. But for us, we're just approving commercial down, 2 apartments up, a house, parking, and that's all we need to approve for site plan. When he's ready to do what he's gonna do downstairs, he's gonna have to go to the council. There are codes and the special use permit with the council to determine if that's what they want there. So, what I'd like to do is get a motion to approve our decision for 397 West First Street to have 2 apartments on the 2nd floor with 2 parking spots for each tenant, or 2 spot for each tenant on the side of the building, on the south side, and 5 spots in the front for the commercial. That's everything that we've talked with them and approved before. So I'll put that in the caveats of our decision. This is gonna be a welcome change for that building next to the CYO. Need a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I,
6 to 1, 6 to 1.
no, we shouldn't anticipate what the council may or may not do. And it's not a permitted use right now. He was very explicit about what he was gonna do.
Well, that's why the council made this new definition, but still, it doesn't concern
Right.
planning.
Well, it's not applied to C2A yet, and this is C2A site. That's all, that's my objection. I don't.
What he can do with C2A is listed, period.
Right,
Nothing more than that.
right.
And no matter what it is, because of where he is, he has to have council approval on a special use permit. No matter what he determines. He wants to put a barber shop there, he's still gotta do it, or a hairdresser. He's still gotta get a council approval. Because that's what's in the codes. So it's beyond us, that part.
How many square feet was the apartment? Sorry. I'd have a clue.
The 48 by 35, 34. $816 feet each.
Each, okay, all right, thank you. There's no way you had room for 3 is my point. Initially, you wanted 3, there's no way he would have had enough room.
Right, that's why we
Yeah,
specified just two apartments.
And then refresh my memory for egress, there's just the one stairway going up,
Yes,
and there's no fire escape or anything.
well, you jump out of the window like anybody's house, I guess. You know, if you got a 2-story house, you got 1 stairway going up. If you're in my house, you follow the frickin' raccoon that's still there. Can't get it out. Flag. Okay, the last thing was, this is our look back at Leafy Wonders. Codes said they've had no issues whatsoever the last 6 months. And I got one for the police.
Police department too?
Pardon?
Police department
I'm reading,
also?
police chief sent me this. Part of the standard review process for businesses operating under special use permits has conducted a 6-month review of the cannabis dispensary Leafy Wonders. Review summary, security and incidents, no incidents to report. Ongoing police interaction. The police department has had no significant issues involving the business, its owner, employees, or customers. No reported disturbances, compliance violations, or other criminal activity associated with the dispensary. For police department purposes, the business has been operating in a manner that adheres to the regulations set forth in the special use permit. Owner-employee cooperation. The owner and staff of Leafy Wonders have shown a high level of cooperation with local authorities as well as the Fulton City School District. In conclusion, Based on a review of the business and operation in the past 6 months, there have been no significant concerns or issues related to public safety. So they gave it the go-ahead.
Yep.
So we'll have to state in the minutes that we got the letter from the police chief and one from code stating that they're good to go. I don't know how many more times we have to do this.
I think November will be the last one. It's
This
3 years.
November? Good.
3 years we will.
Okay. All right. June 8th is the next meeting because there's nothing in May, or the second week in May. And right now, I don't think I have anything to add, but who knows in the next 3 weeks. I mean, we might get Drek back and the other guy, Biggie Tire. I hope that works out for him. Okay, Jim.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're out.